Hello everyone, welcome back to In Between the Lines. If you're new here, hello, my name is Noah, and today we're going to talk about what is a choose your own adventure book, or game book as some people call them. And the reason why we're doing this video is because obviously with the amazing August adventures, this is the whole theme of the month. But instead of having to explain this all at the start of the video, I can kind of make it a separate video and delve into it a little bit more. So let's just dive straight into it. So what is a choose your own adventure / game book? Now most people will actually recognize a lot of these books because for example the fighting fantasy books, Destiny Quest, Tunnels and Trolls, the sorcery books, we've got Fabled Lands, Lone Wolf, just to name a few. Now these are basically a series of books that are sometimes connected to tell a bigger picture, or in this series of books, they could be a standalone story itself. They are interactive and let you make decisions and choices, hell, even fight to determine the story with their multiple endings. Now, normally you play as the hero, but there are some books where you get to play as the villain. Hell, there are even some books that are spicy versions just for adults. And how do I know this? I delved too deep. It was a dungeon I did not want to see. Take that as you will. I have seen many things. Anyway, they come in a plethora of genres. We've got fantasy, sci-fi, horror, romance, just to name a few. Now, I didn't know they came in a plethora of genres. I just thought it was fantasy and horror, and looking into them and buying some, I then was like, oh, there's like genres and subgenres just like every other freaking book. So that was fun. So what do you need to play? Apart from the book, which, you know, you can buy the physical versions, or if you go online to, for example, DriveThruRPG, you can actually get PDFs, and sometimes they even have some free versions on there that you can grab a hold of. But the main thing that you need is things that you can actually find around the house. Paper, pencil and rubber, dice, specifically a D6, so a 6-sided dice. Depending on the book, sometimes you'll just need 1 or 2. Most of my books you'll need 2 to 4, 2 for myself and 2 for, let's say, there's monsters that you're fighting. And some books, instead of using dice, actually use playing cards. Now, most books have their own character creation, class system, and races, depending on the book, but they're all very easy and simple to follow. It's literally in steps, and it only takes a couple of steps, and you'll have a character within like a minute or 2. It's very easy and very simple to follow. Now, how to play? So, normally it starts off with an introduction, setting the atmosphere. For example, it could be like you're standing in front of the burning inn you were staying that night. The Crescent Moon Inn is in flames. You feel the heat on the back of your throat. You feel your hair charred, your clothes burnt, and you feel just disgusting. And then it'll be like something jumps out of the broken window from this flaming place, and there's a goblin in front of you. And what it will ask for you to do is you roll a dice, because this is a fight sequence that's basically just pushed you into it. So you'll roll a dice for yourself, and you'll compare it to your stats. So let's say you got speed. So you roll a d6, you got a 5 plus your speed, which is 3, which is an 8. You will roll a dice for the monster because they have their own stats. Let's say they get a 9, that means the monster goes first. You will then roll damage from the monster to then hurt you, and vice versa. And you go that backwards and forwards until you win or die. There's multiple death scenes, there's multiple endings, there's a lot of places to go. Now, most books you tend to see are only around about this thick. They're normally around about 200 to 300, but if you're looking for something a bit chunkier with a bit more open world, because they do exist, you have the Fabled Lands, which is a plethora of books, about 8 to 9 books I think, and then you've got the Destiny Quest, which are chunky things, which are about 700 pages. But that is the gist of it. It's not a long video, it's just to basically explain what to do. Now, you also can, as you go around, you loot, you gain items, you can customize your character, you get weapons, armor, and so on and so forth. You can learn magic. You know, you could be a fighter, a mage, a rogue. You know, the the things that they do with these books is amazing. So these books were my first introduction to tabletop stuff. So I played the books growing up, and then I stumbled upon like Dungeons and Dragons. Though my first tabletop was actually Call of Cthulhu and Vampire the Masquerade, and then I delved into Dungeons and Dragons. But yes, if you have any questions, do let me know. I will answer as soon as possible. If you have any books that you yourself enjoy or like and want to just spread the love for that, put that down below too. I would love to have a look and check them out. Be good, make good decisions, and we'll see you for the next video.